If your day looks normal on paper, but your body feels exhausted and fried by 3 p.m., this episode is for you. Maybe you wake up already bracing for the day, pushing through on caffeine and sheer willpower, then collapsing on the couch at night, only to end up staying up way too late just to have a little quiet time for yourself. On the outside, everything looks fine, but on the inside, your nervous system is screaming, "This is too much." Today, we're going to gently map your actual day and find one tiny 5% shift that can move you from survival mode into something that feels more soul supportive for the woman you are now, not the one you were at 25. So take a breath and try to relax. You don't have to blow up your life. You just need a kinder, gentler rhythm. Welcome to Rooted Insights, a podcast for women in their second season of life who've spent years caring for everyone else, kids, partners, work, households, holding it all together while quietly putting your own needs on the back burner. If you're now finding yourself wondering, what's next for me? What do I really want from my life now? And how do I start prioritizing myself without dropping everything else? You're in the right place. I'm Dr. Kelley, a health and well-being specialist and mind-body expert. And here we blend grounded, science-informed practices with real life, so you can better support your hardworking nervous system and emotional health and step more fully into your authentic self in this powerful second season of life. In earlier episodes, we've talked about your nervous system, the power of pause, boundaries without guilt, and learning the language of your body. Today, we're zooming in on something very practical, what your actual day looks like, and how to gently shift it from survival mode to something that feels more soul supportive for the woman you are now, not the woman you were at 25. I'm going to walk you through a simple daily rhythm reset exercise so you can see where your nervous system is paying the price and where you can create a little more ease and honesty with yourself. If you've ever had the thought, on paper my day looks normal, so why does it feel like it's just too much? You're not alone. Many of us built our daily routines around a much younger version of ourselves. The one who said yes to everything, the one who could stay up late, run on coffee and snacks, and still juggle 15 things at once. And the one who was praised for being endlessly available and productive. Your body and nervous system, though, are living in this season of life, hormonally different, carrying more emotional history, and holding decades of invisible labor. Chronic stress can keep your system stuck in accelerator mode, that wired, on-edge feeling, or in a collapsed, exhausted state where you feel numb or like you're just going through the motions. So if your current day was built for a past version of you, of course it doesn't fit. Of course you're tired, resentful, or anxious. There's nothing wrong with you. The rhythm just needs to be updated, that's all. From a nervous system perspective, your daily rhythm is not just a schedule. It's a pattern of signals telling your body whether it's safe, under threat, or totally overwhelmed. So two things really matter here. The first is the load. How many demands, decisions, and emotional tasks your system is holding in any given moment. Then there's the recovery. How often and how deeply you get small, regulating moments like slow breaths, time to ground, a minute out in nature, a quiet moment to yourself, or genuine rest. When your day is all load and very little recovery, your system can get stuck in a state of hyperarousal, which is being on edge, bracing for the next thing, irritable, racing thoughts, or trouble sleeping. Or it can get stuck in hypoarousal, which is shutting down, that checked out feeling, exhausted, people-pleasing just to get through. The hopeful part is you don't need to overhaul your entire life to help your nervous system. Small changes in your everyday rhythm, especially around what I call your red zones of tension, resentment, and rushing, can start shifting your body from constant survival mode into moments of safety and connection. That's what the daily rhythm reset is all about. So if you're able to, grab a notebook or open a note on your phone. If you're driving or walking, you can just listen for now and come back to this part later. So we're going to map a current day in your life. You don't need to be precious about it. There's no shaming, no blaming, no perfect schedule. No one else is going to see it. Just consider it to be honest information for yourself. On one side of the page, write your day in 60-minute chunks, from the time you usually wake up to the time you typically go to bed. It might look something like 6 to 7 a.m., wake up, have some coffee, check my phone, get out of bed. Then 7 to 8, maybe I get dressed, have some breakfast, get the kids or my partner out the door. 8 to 9 is your commute or drop-offs, check your emails, answer texts, etc. And maybe lunch is from 12 to 1, go for a quick walk or answer more emails. Then you're just going to keep going until bedtime. So don't worry about getting it perfect or accounting for every single moment of your day. Just capture the big things and the general flow of a normal weekday. You can absolutely record this as a note in your phone, but sometimes it's helpful to see things written out to get a broader visual perspective. Now, look back at the day and gently tune into your body as you scan each time block. Then ask yourself, where do I feel tight, rushed, resentful, or exhausted just by imagining this part of my day? So those are going to be your red zones. And then where do I feel a bit more ease, presence, or even enjoyment? Those are your green zones. You might literally mark them R for red, which is tension, rushing, and dread, and G for green, ease, presence, or at least neutral. You may also notice gray zones, times where you're sort of just checked out, maybe scrolling or numbing yourself. Those are important too. Often they're your nervous system trying to cope in the only way it knows how. So instead of trying to fix your entire day, choose one red zone, a part of your day where your body says, this is too much, or I hate this, or I disappear here, or I wish I could change something. Then ask yourself, what makes this a red zone? Is it too many demands, no transition, too much emotional labor, no support? And how does my body feel when I think about this time of day? Tight chest, clenched jaw, shallow breath, heavy limbs, pressure in your head, stomach churning? Then ask a gentler question. What would a 5% shift look like here? Not a total overhaul, just 5% kinder to your nervous system and your soul. You might experiment with adding a 60-second pause between tasks, like a slow exhale, putting your hand on your heart or on your belly or both, feeling your feet as you take a few breaths before you move into the next role. Say no to one small thing in that block of time. No extra errand, no additional phone call, no scrolling. Or asking for help with one piece of that time period. Having a partner or child or a friend or coworker share a task. Ordering groceries instead of doing another rush trip to the store after a long day. Or do takeout instead of stressing about making dinner that night. Or commit to a meal planning day so you have a few weekday meals ready to go. Or try swapping 5 minutes of scrolling for 5 minutes of grounding. This could be body shaking, a brief walk, bare feet on the grass or in the dirt, or standing or sitting next to a tree. You can even do a single box breathing cycle where you're breathing in for a count of 4, holding for a count of 4, breathing out for a count of 4, and holding for a final count of 4. Think of this as your daily rhythm micro-experiment. One red zone, one small shift, repeated for 1 week. So let me give you a composite example, something I see often with other mid-season women and that I've lived versions of myself. Imagine that your red zone is 5 to 7 p.m. You're finishing work or caregiving, you're trying to cook dinner, you're responding to messages, you're being the emotional sponge for everyone coming home. Your body might feel tight, wired, and resentful. You might find yourself snapping, then feeling guilty, then staying up late just to have some quiet alone time. A 5% shift here might look like before getting out of the car when you get home. Turn off the car and the music and just take a quiet moment to close your eyes, breathe slowly, deeply, and gently as you release the day. Then maybe give yourself a gentle hug or tapping along your scalp with the intention of letting the stress or tension of the day go. A 5% shift could be before you start dinner. You take 60 seconds to stand still, feel your feet on the floor, and take 3 slow breaths with a slightly longer exhale. Or a quick walk around the block if that feels safe. Another 5% shift is telling your family, hey, you know what? I'm going to take 5 minutes in the bedroom to reset and then I'll be back. And you actually do that. No phone, just a mini nervous system reset. Maybe take a hot shower and consciously with intention release your day up until now. Or you can decide that 2 nights a week, dinner is intentionally simple. Maybe soup and sandwiches, reheated roasted veggies, a salad kit, or leftovers, because your nervous system matters more than performing the perfect meal every single night. Over time, these small changes send a new message to your body. I'm not going to sacrifice you at every transition anymore. I hear you. I'm willing to live differently now. As you sit with your map day and your red zones, you might bring these questions into your journal, a walk, or a quiet shower. Where's my daily rhythm still built for a past season of my life instead of the woman I am now? And which part of my day feels like my nervous system is begging for help, a change, or a boundary? And if my body could redesign one 30-minute block of my day, what would it change first? And which block would it be? I'd love to hear from you. What's one red zone in your day? And what's one 5% shift you're willing to experiment with this week? Your share might be exactly what another mid-season woman needs to hear to give herself permission to update her rhythm too. As we close, choose one red zone and one micro shift you're willing to experiment with this week. It might be a 60-second pause before you say yes, an easier dinner twice a week, or a tiny window of alone time you protect like an appointment with yourself. If this conversation helped you see your day a little more clearly or gave you permission to redesign your rhythm for the woman you are now, I'd love for you to keep walking with me here on Rooted Insights. Follow, like, and subscribe to the show and share one small way you're redesigning your day. It truly helps other mid-season women find these grounded, science-informed, heart-centered tools. You can also share this episode with a friend whose days look fine on paper, but whose body is quietly saying, "This is too much." Your share might be the sign she needs to start shifting her rhythm too. Remember, you're not behind. You're in a new season of your life. Your nervous system and your body have carried you this far. You're allowed to create a daily rhythm that actually supports them now. We're here, rooting in together, one breath, one small shift, one honest day at a time. Thanks for being here. Until next time on Rooted Insights.